What makes you cut different?
Cut different.
Cut different.
To cut different. What makes you
Cut different.
Cut different. Cut different.
Cut different.
cut different? Cut different.
I'm a cut different.
That's what makes me cut different.
I'm just a cut different nigga.
What makes you
Cut differently. Cut different.
That's what made me cut
What
different.
makes you cut different?
Cut different.
Cut different TV, man, you know.
Cut different here, man. It's cool, man. It's a vibe.
What makes you cut different for real? Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into another very special episode of Cut Different TV. And we got New York in the building. We got Ghana in the building. We got some very special energy in the building. But before I introduce you to our guest today, hit that big red button that says subscribe under whatever screen you're watching this on. And Stunna Dior, hopefully it's a TV screen because they tapped in with Cut Different TV. Man, we got Stunna Dior in the building. What's good with you?
What's up? I'm happy to be here.
And I'm cooling.
Cut different vibes.
They gotta subscribe, you know.
They gotta like it. They gotta subscribe. They gotta follow. They gotta share.
Hell yeah. And we got royalty in the building.
We here.
You know what I'm saying?
We
So
here.
it's like coming to America but backwards.
Yeah.
Well, before we even get into the music, before we even get into everything else that you got going on, like this is legitimate royalty. Tell me a little bit more about that story and how did that transpire?
I guess, I mean, I've been in the industry for a while now. So I was in the industry and, you know, just through everything that my mom and my family was doing separate from what I was doing here in New York, my mom got in skin and she became queen mother in the Dogbon tribe in North Ghana like 2 or 3 years ago. So I just started doing music. It was like right when COVID hit. I just started doing music. And then she called me and she's like telling me all this information. But then like obviously COVID was happening. I couldn't fly back to Ghana at that time. And I just kind of was like really tapped into my music career. So I was on tour during the whole timing of that. And I think when the travel ban was lifted, you know, they were like, you need to come home. You have to meet the chief. You have to meet everybody. And I ended up flying back to Ghana. I think only people that kind of knew was like my team and some of the immediate people around me. I didn't really tell too many people. So next thing they know, I guess, well, everyone tells me the story. They're like, yo, you just go out of town, you leave for some time. I leave in like the first week. They look online and then they see me like in this parade in all African clothes on the horse with the girls in the fan. And everybody's like, what? Like, we barely even knew you were African, like, let alone a princess, you know? So it kind of just happened really, really quick for me. And then, you know, everything kind of organically started going viral. It was within that. I locked in with some dope artists, performed with some arenas, and I got the support of, you know, North Ghana behind me and, you know, the support of the industry behind me. And I feel like it's just been a dope experience, but there's so much like responsibility and like, you know, politics that come with it.
And that's amazing, right? Like, and you have been building your career here. And, you know, it's like it's like two separate worlds, because when you're in New York and you're hustling and you're grinding and you're moving around every day, you know, trying to get your name out there, trying to get heard even more than you already are. And then you go home and it's like people running up to the car like, yo, it's like two sides.
It's two totally different worlds, two different cultures. I feel like I'm just like, honestly, because my mom was over there doing so much work, she's like, to me, she's a big star over there herself. She's the one that made it easy for me to really lock in and really, I guess, support my career and everything that I was doing, to be like, come be yourself, be your artist. Like, I support everything you're doing. So I feel like when I'm over there, like, if I never did what I was doing here and hadn't, you know, performed in big shows and been around people, I don't even know how I probably would have been shocked as hell going to Ghana, like, with all those people around me and everything. I would have been so shocked. So I feel like, you know, everything happens with a purpose. I feel like perfectly as equipped as I could be for this type of thing. But also with everything that's happening there, I mean, there's plenty of princesses. There's plenty of queens and chiefs and stuff. But there's not a lot that's doing what I'm doing, especially here in the U.S. with the music and stuff. So that's what kind of makes it really different, because I'm like able to bridge the gaps and tap in two different worlds, you know?
Oh, yeah. They call it like the diaspora.
Yeah, the diaspora,
right?
yeah.
The diaspora,
yeah.
Right? There we go. Correction, diaspora.
But you on point. You
know, I'm trying I'm trying to give my little knowledge, you feel me? But word. So, you know, obviously this is a recent development, but prior to that you were doing music for a long time and putting your footprint and also modeling and getting sponsorships and partnerships and moving around. When did it start for you? Like you said, your mom kind of gave you the green light and was like, yo, go do what you doing. I got it over here. When did that start for you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like an industry baby. That's what I be telling people. I feel like I'm an industry baby, not in the sense of like my family came from the industry, but the fact of like I grew up in Detroit. So for one, it is like my family's in the industry. Like I grew up around the Winans family and going to the school there. So I grew up with like a lot of performing arts and all of that stuff around me from as far as I can remember, from like a little kid. So this has kind of always been in me. And I always tell people that this is what I know how to do first before anything else. Like, you know, it's not like it's I guess like a act, or you know how people always say, oh, is Stunna Dior your alter ego? I fucking hate when people say that. No, this is not my alter ego. I don't get dressed and put something on. Like, Stunna Dior is who I am, and I feel like not that like people understood and embodied that based off of me, you know, based off my character. Because Stunna Dior was my name, and that was way before I was doing music. I only been doing music for a few years. I was rapping for a while, but professionally, just for a few years, I was Stunna Dior as a model. I was Stunna Dior in all parts of my life. You know, it's not like a rap name or like an alter ego when I'm putting on this persona. I don't know. I feel like people just be trying to figure me out, and I be flowing. I like to flow, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where does Stunna Dior come from as a name itself?
I feel like the Stunna came from the fashion. Like that was just that. Like I added Dior, but growing up, in high school, I was like best dressed, most likely to be famous, all that stuff like that. But I was a nerd, but you know, I was definitely who I am. Yeah, I had potential.
Hell yeah.
I was who I was gonna be now, but in a weird way. And you know, they always used to just be like, "Oh, you love to stunt. Like, why you always stunt?" Because I was just so extra. Like, now that I look back, going to like middle school, yeah, there was no reason for me to be wearing some of the stuff that I was doing, and there was no reason for me. But I was just expressing myself. I was really on that time, and so Stunna was kind of given to me, and then I kind of added the Dior, and you know, at the time it was before, and I feel like, you know, with everything in New York and me being in the New York culture and Pop Smoke and me being directly in, you know, the fields, like here with everyone. I'm in the With the Woo video, so I mean, you know, shout out to Fabio Foreign. That's like family. All of these people, that's what the culture of hip hop that I came up in. And I feel like with Pop Smoke said Dior, I'm up in all the stores. When Pop started saying Dior, like everybody really started going crazy for Stunna Dior. Like that kind of changed the whole vibe of everything. And I feel like everybody else wanted to change their name to Dior after that. Like people weren't even on Dior. Like
So you trendset.
I've been a trendsetter. I don't know where a lot of these new people came from. A lot of these new names came from. But, you know, and people come up to me like, oh, are you? No, I'm not her. I'm Stunna Dior. Like, I don't know. Ask Siri, ask AI, you know. But that's been my one and only name. I didn't go through names. I didn't, you know. I'm the number one Stunna. Wop, wop, wop.
Hell yeah. I rock with that. We got Stunna Dior in the building, man. Hit that big red button that says subscribe. Drop a like down below and drop your comments so we can read all through them. And you know what I'm saying? If it's hate, whatever. If it's a thumbs down, do it. It doesn't even matter as long as they doing something, right?
As long as they doing something.
As long as they doing
Everybody
something.
can't love you.
They can't. And if too many, I mean, if you don't got what they say, I mean,
if you don't got no haters, you're not doing something right or something like that, you know?
It's impact, I guess.
Yeah.
When you doing, when you either stand for something and deal with the people that don't stand for the same thing.
Or you fall for anything.
Boom, you said it better than I could. So my question for you do so many different genres. You're talking about your rock band that you're doing, and you talking about all these different things that you're involved in. You know, so it's like, how do you currently feel about the culture of music right now? And do you think everybody should try a bunch of different shit or pick their lane?
You know what's so funny? I seen this meme the other day, and it was like, it said, yo, if you over 30 and you rapping, please don't stop because these new niggas is whack. Like
I think
seen
Swerve
that meme.
posted that shit.
Yeah, I seen it, and I was
Yeah.
just like cracking up because that's the state of music we in. Like, you know, I mean, there's a lot of originality and there's a lot of dopeness. I feel like right now it's changing in the past like year, you know, bringing back with the Playboy Cardis and stuff. There's different bops and stuff that's happening, but I feel like a sense of like people being true to themselves and also wanting to express for a minute. The state of music was at like a very critical fall. Like it was bad, you know. It was just like anything was out here, you know. Like it wasn't about the talent no more, and it wasn't about if it was a great song. People just just wanting to say stuff. And sometimes I still feel that way. I feel like we be making the most wildest people go viral, you know, with no substance. Like the more whack you are, the more viral you go. Like, I really be looking at it. And even looking at a person like myself, because I've been in the game, like, I'm like a hidden golden treasure. I've been here very consistent, you know, very hardworking, very, very, you know what I'm saying? I don't really be on the crazy stuff. I've been here for a while. And because I be doing things the right way, or because I don't want to be in the thick of it, into the thick of it, you know, people.
The ad lib is crazy.
You know, like, sometimes I don't want to be in that. So I feel like sometimes it take you a little bit longer when you don't want to do that. But I could have went viral from sleeping with whomever rappers are in my DMs, or, you know, in these videos, busting it open, whatever. I had so many ways that I could have been viral for many different reasons. And I have been viral. I've been on, you know, a lot of TV for over years. But when you viral for the right reason, like for the right reasons, is a little bit different than when you going viral for like the BS, you know?
So how do you, obviously kind of taking that route of like, I'm going to do shit the right way. You feel me? Because I think somebody said a while ago, you know, my brother Deontay Holton said, you do it right, you do it light, you do it wrong, you do it long.
Exactly.
And I feel like
was
if
about
you go,
to say that.
you go viral
I don't
for
even
the wrong
think about
shit.
doing it like, you know, the right way, because there's really like not always a right way. Like, everybody's path is different for them. You know what I'm saying? I know some people that they suck, and honestly, congratulations to them, because even though they suck, they still lit. They was able to change their family's life. So like, if it was up to talent or something, that wouldn't have happened. So I can't even hate on it.
There's a wrong way to go about it?
Sometimes, yeah, there's a wrong way, because it's such thing as like karma. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going viral for doing something, it's always backfired. Them same people you see at the top, you see them right at the bottom, because they was going about it the wrong way. But I do feel like I think about like not skipping steps. Like that's what I always say. It's not about like, oh, am I do it right? I just try not to skip steps. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't like the long way, when you skip steps, then you always got to go double back at some point and hit that step. Matter if you skip steps and you always have here, you got to go all the way back and, you know, fix something that you could have just did then. So I just try not to skip too many steps with what I'm doing, and, you know, stay true to myself. I feel like when you true to yourself, like you can't really lose like that. Yeah.
And now there's all these subgenres, and people are kind of finding their bag. The listeners are, you know, Gen Z and millennials are putting their 10,000 hours in, right? Like they say, if you do something for 10,000 hours, you become a master of it. So a majority of these people now.
Is it 10,000 hours, 7 years?
10,000 hours. It's
or like the 7 years to become an overnight
Gladwell
success or something. I don't know.
Right. And but my point is, in saying that, is the generation that is on the cell phones, the social media, all that. We're at year 10, you know what I'm saying? So we're experts and masters of listening to music now and finding what we want and what we like. But in those times when things weren't where it is, you talk about not skipping steps. How difficult was it for you to not take that jump and do something just because you knew you could?
I had to turn some things down. I'm not going to lie. I had to turn some things down. I probably turned money down. I probably messed up a few opportunities because it didn't feel right. But, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like I gotta leave this earth and be happy with my own decisions. So sometimes I'm willing to be like, oh, it didn't feel right, so I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna just, you know, I feel like there's gonna be something that's better and more fit for me. Like, I did that so many times. You know, there was probably times I could have took the money for, you know, whatever reason, but they was gonna want control of this, or they were gonna want to do this and that, and I just didn't want to go for that. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, because now I'm at a place where it's like I got flexibility to do whatever the hell I want. I got good people around me. You know, I'm able to make like good decisions. And those same people that was like trying to get me in that box, they still doing the same shit.
And for people that are watching this, like a lot of up and coming artists and managers and people that want to get in the industry watch this. So for them, it's like, if they get those opportunities, right, it's like, what would you say to them as a motivator to like, hey, focus on what you're doing? It might be right in their face, and they're like, damn, I could do this, take the short route, skip this step. Why should they not do that?
I just say educate yourself, bro. Like, the more that you know about this business, the better equipped you are. I feel like some people might skip steps because it's right in their face, and then they don't have the education. So, you know, I think it's mad people interviews that came out. Or wasn't it just Papoose was like, yeah, I saw my first $1 million deal, and that's the worst deal I ever did. Like, a lot of people times that happen because they put the money in your face, and you need it. It's hard to say no to an M. But if you educate yourself and you know, okay, there could be better ways, there might be more routes, you know, you just got to really kind of have faith at the situation and work on your craft. build that catalog, build your products up, whatever you need to do, whether you're an artist, designer, whatever. Just keep getting better at what you're doing, and then keep shaking the right hands. And I feel like it'll work out for you, because some people do got to take it. Some people, I've had to take a few situations because I felt like, this, if I take this situation, it's gonna help prepare me. I don't necessarily want to, but is kind of the best thing right now, and maybe I could hold off. Everybody get those feelings, so there's no right way to do it other than what you feel like makes sense for you. Just educate yourself so that way you don't miss something so small that you could have like fixed and not did it. I had to get myself out of mad contracts that held up my career. Like I had to get lawyers. I had to become a damn lawyer. Like it gets crazy. Like,
is that part of the game though? Is there a way to avoid it all? I mean,
them contracts gonna come. You gotta know how to read.
Yeah.
The papers is gonna come. You gotta know how to read. You gotta know the structure of certain business is just the structure of certain business, and everybody wants to do what's in the best interest of themselves. The labels, the business, the managers, everybody want to do what's good for them too. So you gotta know how to read. Read them papers. Read them papers, y'all.
And let's talk about catalog. You mentioned catalog. That's a great word. With you got so many records, so many different genres. Like, what would you say defines your sound and your energy?
The catalog, y'all. The catalog is crazy. That's the T. People don't know that my catalog is crazy because I would say more sparse with my own personal releases because I've been focused on my business and want to make sure that I do things right and I give things to my fans right. You know what I'm saying? I have a fan base that supports Stunna Dior, whether she do music or she don't do music. They still support Stunna Dior. They still gonna pull up. They still gonna buy tickets. They gonna like the songs whether I release them or not. They still want to hear them. So I'm more so concerned that I'm able to feed my fans the proper way versus like putting things out that's like half-ass, So, my catalog is kind of crazy. It's so many different vibes because we building longevity. And when I start coming, it's not going to be no stopping.
Yeah. And what's coming, though? Because we just talked about a dope thing that you just did. What you got on the way? What's in the tuck for him?
Oh, yeah. I'm finally working on an album. Debut album going to be coming. It's going to be my first project. There's no release dates or anything. But I've been working on so much and just making sure that I blend the sounds for everybody. Like, I have so many different vibes. I think that mad people gonna be excited to hear, and I'm excited to see what fan bases that I really get to tap into because I have so many different vibes that I'm excited for who the new fans are gonna be.
And you also have a persona outside of music as well. You're doing shows. You outside. You got a public image.
Yeah.
What's it like balancing all of these different creative adventures that you have?
It's fun, but it gets overwhelming sometimes. And then now, like, I think that my persona is bigger than my music. Well, it is bigger than my music, and I always be having to convince people that because they were like, "Oh, this song we never heard your music or whatever the case like that." But I've done so many tours and so many rooms that so many people actually know me separate from that TV and all of these things that I in the past like 4 weeks there hasn't been a place that I went outside and haven't ran into somebody that knows me. And if they don't know my face or something, when I tell them my name, they've heard of me. You know what I'm saying? So that lets me know, like, I'm doing some type of work and that's doing good in these rooms because I'm active. I don't sleep, baby. I don't sleep. I'm active every day. I'm like, what we doing? If I'm either in the studio making music, I'm outside performing the music, in the meeting trying to sell the music, working with some companies, and or I'm leaving the country because I for the past few years I've been spending like 3 or 4 months outside of New York and living in Ghana, where I'm there and I'm building like a whole nother life too. So that way when I go there, I'm a radio host on a major TV, major radio show, 107.9 ZFM out there. So I'm a radio host over there. I have a lot of different things. So it's like I'm kind of working on just building these 2 lives and really balancing it out, But I love what I do, so that makes it easy because I like it.
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's like fire. And so when it's all said and done, you think you will settle down in Ghana, or do you think that you'll stay over here?
Bye, America. Toodles. Like, toodles. I'm out. Like, honestly, every time I go home, I barely want to come back now. Like, I'm always extending my flights. It's just like, I get to a point where I have to come back because it's like I have work and I have people that's like, yeah, da, da, da. And then I know that everyone that's in Ghana is also watching what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying? They want me to bring them back some Grammy Awards, you know? So, like, I come back because I definitely have duties and responsibilities here that I got to finish, you know? But I do see, like, in the future, yeah, definitely going to get out of this place. It's a lot of crazy stuff happening anyways. It's not even cute right now. America's not cute.
Yes.
America is a fat, white, bald guy with sweaty balls. Like, America's not cute right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit going on, man. It's a lot of people saying the wrong shit too loud and they not delivering it the right way. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on. It's tough. And speaking
and it's
of
misleading mad people, and now it just got people just doing whatever. So
hell yeah,
you know, I like that when I go to Ghana, when I go to Nigeria, when I go anywhere out of this country. Really, just the cultural values is different. You know, people actually support each other. They really believe in one of each other. They support each other like family. You know, like it's just a relaxing feeling.
Facts. And speaking of people, you know, being loud and saying the wrong shit and not delivering it the right way. What happened on Fresh and Fit?
Oh my gosh.
That was recent, right?
Yeah, that was like last week. Yeah, I was out in Miami, and I went on the Fresh and Fit podcast. So it was like a super random stop for me. I was on there with the band. Shout out to Planet. We were at the shoot. We got an opportunity to like pull up. I'd never really seen this podcast before anyway, so that was like a whole thing. I'm not familiar too much with the podcast. I heard of the name, but I didn't know like the negativity that went with it. And they wanted like women. It was supposed to be about entrepreneurship. Cool. We go there. They're like taking phones. They're like, I knew it was a red flag when they were like, you can't bring any managers up. You can't bring any cell phones. No this, no that. Like I knew that was a red flag because we pulled up. I had like a major hip hop blog with me. I had a lot of people with me. We were coming from shooting already. So, you know, when I sat down, you know, it was supposed to be like good vibes, but they took all the women's phones. They let the guys keep their phones and it was cool. They told us we'd be there for an hour, but they had a giant flat screen on the front where everything was being live streamed and all you see is the negative comments and the hate mail coming through. So as you're being interviewed, it's just a giant projector with just negative comments, memes, super racial slurs, and people can pay to say negative comments too. So people was paying and tipping them to say negative
like
comments
super
to
chatting.
us. Yeah, like $100
And
tip.
it comes through the screen,
Super chat.
right?
All negative though. Nothing positive. Nothing positive. So I even had a friend, she said she was like putting positive comments, but they were getting deleted. So just imagine you're doing an interview, you got people kind of antagonizing you, questioning you or whatever, and basically just wanting you to prove your value as a woman. I didn't know I was getting into that. I didn't know I was going to a podcast where I had to not only defend women, defend black women to guys who literally don't like women. So, you know, the conversation was cool until we got to a point where they brought Myra now. I guess after it reached a certain amount of subscribers, like over 50,000 subscribers or something, 5,000 subscribers, they bring him out. We don't have our phones. We don't know what time it is. They're just talking to us and kind of like antagonizing us about our personal beliefs and things in our personal life, which they know nothing about. So they're like telling us we all just whack stuff. But I just drew the straw when he just made some comments about black women saying like, you know, my whole point was that, you know, high value women can, you know, should have a high value man. And his whole point was that there's no such thing as high value women and that, you know, black women is just bottom of the totem pole. So at that point, I just had to like, you know, exit because I'm not going to engage with you, not being a high value black woman myself and a person that's also representing the black community, the African community, you know, representing everything that we're doing in Ghana and being in the music industry. Like I wasn't going to really sit there and accept these comments or really go back and forth with it. So I left and majority of the girls, everybody at the table kind of got up and left with me. And everyone was a variety of races. They were like yelling at the other girls, like, you're not even black. Like, why are you taking this offensive? Why are they leaving too? You know? So we ended up leaving. I guess like they had security as if they were like escorting us out. And then when we left, when we ended up walking out of the podcast, I ended up watching in because I don't know what they said because they were like immediately like trying to like block and escort us out as if it was something crazy. Like, why are you guys escorting us out like this? I'm actually leaving because I was disrespected. Like, what the heck?
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? So when we left, he was making a lot of comments. He called us monkeys and gorillas and watermelon lovers, shaquishas, just like a whole rant. And it was also just another black man that's sitting there at the table with them that's also laughing. So it's just like, you know, when you get opportunity, when you go to things like that, and sometimes you get in these positions where maybe people may not know your value, or, you know, it just gets whacked. The guy Myron, a lot of people, I started getting hate messages. I've been getting hate messages on my Instagram, DMs, comments, to the point where some people are commenting on other interviews that I've done with other people, and they like was commenting hate stuff under there too.
Damn.
You know, so, you know, I feel like he just has like a whole, you know, hate demographic of people. Nevertheless, I feel like I handled it with grace. I didn't do anything crazy, you know.
As you should.
But if we were in Brooklyn,
yeah, somebody would have got called.
Miami's a different vibe, yeah.
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 Now I feel that, man. Hey, we just gotta we gotta come together, work together. You know what I'm saying? Build together, and it's a lot of platforms out here that be on weird shit.
Yeah,
for
some
views.
people they just for the views. That's what I was. Some people just dig for the negative, you know, views, for the clickbait. But that's cool. I think you just gotta know like who you're with, like know your personnel. That was not the right time for the comments. Wrong group of girls. You're not gonna sit at a group of black girls. My friend's mom is a multimillionaire. My mom is a queen, and tell us that there's no such a thing as high value black women or anything like that. It just doesn't. It's not logically making sense.
But they say read the room.
Yeah, read the room.
And then read a book.
Exactly, please.
You know what I'm saying? Real shit, man. We got Stunna Dior in the building. And I know you got places to be, people to see, you feel me? Before we get out of here, make sure you hit that big red button that says subscribe. Drop likes, man. Comment down below your favorite part of the video. And anything that you want to leave them with, any parting words, like anything you're in a position where you have a lot of people that look up to you. You do so many different things that you've got fan bases in so many different avenues. Anything you want to say to them right now?
Keep hustling, keep grinding. You know, consistency is key. Working on your craft, you're gonna find your tribe that is supposed to be with you. You know, and also protect your energy and make sure you go and tap into MTV. Caught in the Act on June 24th. I'll be on there. Tap into Drill Barbies with its Sirius TV network. You can also spot me. And on June 13th, Stop Playing music video and the single will be coming out. So stay tuned.
It's a lot of shit coming, man. It's a lot going on. And for a second there, I mean, that was a great conversation we was just having. I almost forgot we was at Cut Different TV, and that's crazy. So I mean, you told us a lot of fire shit, and you know, you've let us know what makes you special and what makes you unique and what makes you authentic. You know, but what we really want to know is what makes you cut different, Stunna Dior?
Man, I'm just cut from a different cloth. I feel like the vibes is different here. The frequencies is up here. The frequencies I'm on is up here. A lot of frequencies that I've been around is low vibrational and down here. And the rest of the vibes is like you just got to be here to catch the vibe. I'm not really an internet girl. Like I got, you know, internet stuff, but I'm not an internet girl. I'm one of those people you got to be with to really catch the vibe. You know what I'm saying? I like to see in different tensions, you know, and that's why I'm cut different.
I like that.
There's only one.
There's only one, man. Stunna Dior and everybody else just trying to ride the wave, it's safe to say. All right, yo. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Cut Different TV. I go by the name of Sebastian Ryder. I'm here with the one and only.
The biggest, the North Ghana princess, Stunna Dior.
And we'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.